What's going on, culés? Welcome back to BlaugranaZzone, your destination for all things Football Club Barcelona. So, man, yesterday we had the game against Club Brugge. To put it in short, it was a shit show. It was a Barcelona shit show, which has been really our last couple of games. They haven't been doing well. We've been getting by the skin of our teeth, just barely getting wins, draws. And this one was yet another draw that we honestly deserved to lose. Because Carlos Forbes was absolutely golden against us. He proved once again that all you need to beat Barcelona is have good timing and be very fast. And honestly, he was exactly that with 2 assists and a goal on the night. He was leading Club Brugge to victory until that own goal from them to level the game. It was pretty nasty of a showing for us, honestly. 70% possession, and we were doing absolutely nothing with it. It was very embarrassing game, to say the least. But before I dive into all that, let me give you the lineup. From left to right, defensively, we were Alejandro Balde, Eric Garcia, Ronald Araujo, and Jules Koundé. I agreed with this. This is exactly what I predicted in my video, because I thought that Ronald Araujo was doing very well defensively. He deserved to start over Kubarsi. And Eric Garcia, I've been saying he's like our Swiss Army knife defender because of how he can fit into various positions. But they just did not show up to the game yesterday. But what I was also saying in my video, wait, let me finish the lineup. So we got Frankie de Jong and Marc Casado as our double CDMs, and then from left to right, we were Marcus Rashford, Fermin Lopez, Lamine Yamal, and at the lone striker, we had Ferran Torres. I didn't hate the lineup, right? Like I was saying before, I think when our defense can contribute to the offense, like when we have Koundé attacking, Balde attacking, we can actually get things done. And that's exactly what happened when Balde assisted Lamine's goal, right? It looked very good for Lamine, but to me, it looked like it was just another goal, because we've seen him have some very, very spectacular showings, especially in the Champions League, but it just wasn't turning out that way after that. But from minute one, we were looking really, really poor. We were giving up possession very easily. And, Club Brugge were doing this thing that all European clubs have been doing, because the secret is out on Barcelona. The blueprint is out there. Elche has done it. Sevilla has done it. Well, Elche didn't beat us, but they were looking very good against us. They were pressing us like crazy the entire game. It was very scary. Elche has done it. Sevilla has done it. PSG has done it. And now Club Brugge has done it. Everybody's proving that all you need to do is string about 4 passes together and you're past our defense and you have a good shot on goal, because our high line is going up too far with no pressing. If we're not pressing, the high line's not working. If the high line's not working, you need to drop it. And Hansi Flick, after the game, he said exactly that's what he doesn't plan on doing. He doesn't plan on changing anything. And we were getting into it a little bit on Jonas's channel, on Barça React's channel, about Hansi Flick being in or out. And I honestly think we need to keep him, but he needs to make changes. Someone needs to get in his ear. He needs to look at some tweets, maybe watch some people's videos, because everybody is saying drop the high line, play how we did in Newcastle, and really perfect that way of playing, or maybe make tactical changes during the game. Because during this game, we looked lost the entire time. Like I said earlier, we had over 70% possession and we were doing nothing with it. We couldn't string a good 4 or 5 passes together to save our lives. We were getting dispossessed all the time, and even though we kept winning it back, we kept losing it again. It was just a topsy-turvy game that wasn't even fun to watch. Whenever we scored, we couldn't even celebrate the tie because Club Brugge would just score the next one. They scored, we scored right away. Ferran Torres, very good finish. He's a player that makes these difficult goals look easy, and he makes the easy goals look difficult. Like, he's an insane player, because he scored yesterday. That's great, but he also missed so many chances. There was one chance where he could have made it 2-1. He dribbled past the goalkeeper and then curves the ball he goes wide of goal. So I don't know why Ferran Torres is that streaky of a player. If he plans on staying here long term, he needs to finish those goals, bro. Because he could be our top goal scorer if he finished the easy chances that he had right in front of him. But other than that, as soon as we tied it up, Club Brugge had their second goal, making it 2-1. And then once we had the 2-2, they made it 3-2 like that. I think it was already 3-2 by halftime, or maybe 2-2 by halftime. But like they were just on top of us the entire game. They weren't letting us breathe for a moment. And that CDM of theirs, I think, or that CM of theirs, Van Aken, he was having a historic game. He was looking like prime Sergio Busquets, super calm in the midfield, and he was dispossessing people. He was bodying people. Like I don't know, man. He really turned back the clock, and he was looking like an insane baller against us. But I'm afraid that he's having the type of game that what's his name, that Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan was having. Like that level of game where this is gonna really put him on the map, because he did this against Barcelona, a Barcelona with Lamine Yamal, who just finished second in the Ballon d'Or, and honestly he was playing like it. But in moments he's not pressing. You're not Messi. You're at least not yet. Like you need to make up for everything that you do offensively. We need that same effort in the defense, because you're not as good offensively that you could just be a liability on defense. And I don't think Lamine understands that. But the goal that he made showed the frustration I think that he's feeling towards Ferran in that role, because it could be so simple to do a little give and go with Fermin and you have a goal, because that's exactly what Lamine did. He said, F it, I'm doing it myself, and he finished the chance that he got, because that tired ass move that he has of going all the way to the right, kind of faking a little bit, getting comfortable on your left, and then skying it, it's not working anymore. The defenders on Club Brugge knew that. Says from Club Brugge was literally shooting those out of here. Like Lamine kept trying that shot and it just wasn't going down. When it finally did go, it ended up in that own goal, which we've seen that exact same own goal before. So I think defenders are gonna just start letting it go through, because you'd much rather let Lamine score than you have an own goal, especially in a match like this in the Champions League, where Club Brugge could have left with all 3 points. Like, that's still like a crazy, it's been a day, and that concept is still crazy to me. I didn't record this video right after the match because I didn't want to be like screaming or being too angry like on video, because I didn't want to lose my head like that over a UCL game in October, but because it's still very early. But like, come on, man. Something has to give with this team. I said it before that Barcelona can only go as far as our defense takes us, because our defense this season has been garbage, and it's been our biggest hole. It's where teams can really take advantage of us, and where we're just helpless. We're clearly missing Inigo Martinez. Jules Koundé is nowhere to be found. He's nowhere near where he was last year. Last year, I would have said Koundé could give Nuno Mendes a run for his money as for best defensive player, or Hakimi. But today, bro, Koundé, he was outclassed by Hector Fort. Like I don't know where Koundé is. Araujo has been looking pretty okay. Eric Garcia, I think one of our best defensive players. Balde had some streaks of gold when he was getting involved in our attack, and I've said this so many times before, we're only going to be as good as our defense can take us, because even Inter Milan, who beat us, everything from them was coming from their defense. Real Madrid got Dane Huijsen because he's a defender who can pass into the offense, who can really get involved in the offense. And we saw that a lot last year in our wins, and we need to start seeing that again, not only from Balde, but from Koundé as well. I think that some moves that we need to make are, we need a left-footed CB. I saw that comment earlier today in Barça React's chat, and I couldn't agree more. I know that we need a defensive player in the January window if we can afford it. That's a huge if we can afford it. Yeah, man. And I think honestly we need to start looking for the replacement for Lewandowski, because he is old, man. Unk is not going to have a season like he did last year or anywhere near as good as that. I'm very scared of what this team is going to look like this weekend, because we're not looking very promising. Our midfield is looking like there's just ghosts there, and Pedri's not going to come back soon. Fermin has really been our only light in this team, really, because he was getting us going. And I really like Fermin Lopez's energy as well. He's a La Masia guy through and through, Barcelona through and through. You can tell when he's on the pitch, he loves playing for this club. But yeah, we're not looking great right now. I'm very nervous of how we're gonna look this weekend. But I want to know what you guys are thinking, what you guys thought of this game. I thought it was embarrassing. To put that in short, I thought it was extremely embarrassing. Something's got to change, and I hope we see that from Hansi Flick. I hope he's not doing some career suicide on this team, because honestly, he fed us Barca fans so good last year that like he set a standard. It's a gold standard now. We have to be competing for every single trophy. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Get active in those comments. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this weekend, because I am surely hoping that we pick up those 3 points. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Y VISCA Barça.